All right, here's Max Kerman, frontman for Arkells. How did you broker this deal, Max?
Hey, fellas. Yeah, a few months ago, a friend of mine at MLSE reached out because Nick's assistant, Jenny, put a call out to see if anybody could help her find a piano for his office. So they reached out to our camp, and we know some people at Roland, and we connected the dots, and they seemed to be really happy about that. So after the boys won the championship, I just shot Jenny a note, and I said, we have the show on the weekend, and if he wants to hop up for a song or just wants to be a guest at the show, we'd love to have him out. And I wasn't really thinking much of it. Like, I assumed, he'd be off on a scouting mission or, on vacation somewhere. But she got right back and said, he's going to be blown away by this offer, and let me check the schedule. And within a few days, he was learning Science Field Delivered. He was practicing up for his big debut.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, before you brought this guy out there, you had to figure out what he brought to the table. I mean, people love to think they know how to play the guitar and they're a guitar guy, but to go out there, you got to know what you're doing.
Well, the thing is, we had a big band for the show. So, Arkells was a 5-piece, but we also had a 6-piece horn section and 3 backup singers. So it was a bit of a powerhouse operation. And if I'm totally honest, he played my guitar, so he was using my rig. And I'm not much of a guitarist. So, I know that you can... if things are going a little sideways, you can duck it in the mix a little bit and it'll be fine. But yeah, he knew his stuff, and we ran it in sound check, and then he totally delivered.
That's where I was heading. I don't know if you heard before you came on. I was saying that, like, the engineer, whoever was working the board, had to have had a quick finger if things would have gone sideways for him.
Yeah, but we knew in sound check it'd be fine. It was cool to get to meet him, though. It's like, we're such big Raptors fans, and I managed to go to probably like 5 games during the playoffs, and I watched every single one when they were on the road. So yeah, it was a real thrill for me.
With Max Kerman, frontman for Arkells, again, they're on tour right now, and they were at Budweiser stage over the weekend. That crowd, I mean, we weren't down there, but I was saying just prior to having you on, I must have known 7 or 8 people down there. It sounded like it was rocking anyway. What was it like when Nick Nurse walked out on the stage?
Yeah, honestly, it was one of the loudest things I've ever heard at a show. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, right from the first song, people were ready to go. Saturday night, we couldn't ask for more beautiful weather. It just mixed things up a little bit. We did this soul review set in the middle of the show where we did like half an hour of our favorite Motown and soul songs, just kind of for fun. But yeah, that was definitely the highlight, I think, of the night for me, and it's probably the loudest moment. Because, anything Raptors related right now just puts people in a good mood.
Yeah, no kidding.
Everyone lit up, yeah.
I love going down to that stage, that I guess, the amphitheater, the venue, basically. The venue. I've been going down there forever. I'm sure you have as well, as probably just a music fan, and now you get to play there. Where does Budweiser stage rank for you in terms of venues throughout the country?
Yeah, it's right up there. It's hard to beat on a beautiful summer night. And I think for me, it's like, as a music fan and also somebody who has to think about how you put on a show, it's like the fact that it's right by a GO station, so people from 905 can get there easily. There's a bike path that gets you there. If you want to ride your bike, you can walk there. There's so many young people that live in condos, down there on the West End, that it's such a, I think every year it becomes more and more of like a hot spot. And like, people just like, if a show goes up on sale, people just gobble up all the lawn tickets, and even though you're nowhere near the stage, I heard the party on the lawn for our show was like insane. Like, people were just like raving up there, which I like to hear.
Yeah, I made a promise. Like, last time I was up there, we went to see, I think it was Zach Brown, and my wife was like 7 months pregnant, and we're on the grass.
Yeah, and you were high.
No, well, I was just secondary stoned, basically. High. And the average age was about 17 and a half, and they were so greased and smoking so much weed, and I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I can't be hanging out on the grass anymore.
Yeah, I guess you have to be like a grown up and like buy tickets and seats. But for everybody else who wants to get a little debaucherous, you can do that.
Absolutely. Details and tickets can be found at arkellsmusic.com. You just announced last week 7 fall shows will be taking place throughout the country. We talk about Guitar Guy all the time, and that's why we've had Nick Nurse on, and we saw that picture of him getting off the plane in Milwaukee, and we spoke with him that day in his hotel room and said, if you guys win a title, you got to come in studio and play the guitar.
Yeah.
And that was 8 wins before the ring, and he said, absolutely. And then after they won, he buckled on us and said, I'm not going to do it.
He chose a better option, though.
He chose a way better option as opposed to being in studio, being up on stage with you guys. But you are technically a guitar guy, and we debate this all the time on our show. Like, around the campfire, what is the go-to track? What's the go-to karaoke guitar guy song for you?
Oh, good question. You know, I think my favorite for me personally is like Mr. Jones, Counting Crows. You know, like I learned that as like a teenager, and I like sang it in my high school band. I love that song, and I love The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down by the band. Those two are my favorites.
Old school. Yeah. Can you get a karaoke going on the band? That's tough, though.
Isn't that Robbie Roberts?
Okay, let me re-ask the question. If you were by the campfire and you were a single 20-something-year-old guy and there were some ladies to impress, what is your go-to then?
Well, I think like going with Sheeran, like Ed Sheeran's probably the move this day and age. That's probably the one. You know, maybe John Mayer or something. But
Body Is Your Wonderland is the go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah,
Ed Sheeran is the go-to guitar guy right now.
That is triple gin and tonic material.
Well, you guys are heading overseas soon, right? Like, you're off to Dublin, and I thought I saw Glasgow. Like, that's going to be a different crowd over there, I would assume.
Yeah, we're doing a few weeks over in Europe. It's fun. It's like the festival is typically on the weekend, so we're going to plan a little vacation around it. So, yeah, we fly in the UK and Dublin, and then my lady and I are going to go to Lisbon, never been there, and then we have to be in Berlin for the following weekend. We're actually playing a wedding in Berlin. Some fan over there asked us to come do it. So we're doing that, and then the final weekend we'll be back in the UK. So it should be good.
Beautiful. And then again, 7 fall shows just announced in Canada. You can find details and tickets online, arkellsmusic.com. Congrats on what was a great show over the weekend, and thanks for doing this, Max. We always appreciate it.
Hey, not to brag for a second, we got to hang with Nick at the end of the night, and he gave me one of 4 ever made NN baseball hats.
No,
the one that he was wearing on stage, there's only 4 of them made, and I have one in my apartment right now.
Dude,
so,
that's not true.
That can't be true. That can't be true.
It's true.
I love
4 of them total?
Yeah,
no.
And I got one of them.
That's awesome.
That is.
Someone told you to say that because it's just not.
We are always looking
honestly,
for free stuff, and we want those hats.
A collector. I'm not a collector's guy. Like I don't really care too much about like possessions. There's like a lot of like band memorabilia over the years that I don't know where it is or if it even exists anymore. But this is a prize. Like, this is a prize possession. Right
Did he explain why he's only made 4 of them and why he won't hand out more? Like, did he ever
give you
that?
His brother designed it. He said, and then people at Nike said, "We'll whip up 4 of them for you." That's all that ever got sorted.
Well, now that he's won a title, he better get like 4,000 of them.
Yes, 4 million.
Yeah, a lot more than just 4.
But they might be on sale at the Pacific Mall. You never know.
Right.
The letters may not be spelled
It'll
properly.
Be
Exactly.
All right, Max, great stuff, buddy. Thank you for doing this.
Awesome.
All right, there's Max Kerman, frontman for Arkells.
So he got a hat.
One of only 4 Nick Nurse specialty hats.
That's a punk. Like he.
Somebody told him to say that.
I know. Because why else would he bring up a random hat that we can't get in? The first to Kyle Lowry,
Well, what if he
there's
was
only
like, hey,
one.
Nick Nurse delivered.
But I will say this: somebody sent me a message. Multiple people. Game might have been 4 in G State. Someone said I saw a guy in the crowd with a Kyle Lowry hat. Did you see that?
I saw that too.
No, you didn't.
It was family members. So they have family in this, right behind the bench.
People have been sending.
You saw a hat.
I saw a 7 hat. I don't know if it's
but
authentic.
Is that people were sending me messages saying that could be tied to Kaepernick?
Yeah,
there was some sort of like
I don't know if
for Kaepernick or whatever because apparently he had a hat like that.
Well, he wore number 7.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's just Kyle Lowry. He is number 7, and it's his own thing, Kyle Lowry.
But somebody sent me a medley of prominent athletes wearing the 7 hat.
But then why wouldn't you hand those out? Like, that's the thing. If it's not even about you, why wouldn't you be like, hey, let's get the message out and support Cap?
Maybe it's just Kyle Lowry because he's 7. I don't know. But when we were talking about it about a month ago, somebody sent me a medley of pictures. I think LeBron was wearing one. Like there was prominent athletes wearing that 7 hat.
Well, forget the 7 hat. We want a Nick Nurse hat because if Max Kerman has one,
But Max is a star. He's a rock star.
I know
He's
that,
not-
but they mowed our lawn. We were supposed to get Nick in here.
When I first saw his hat, I thought it was, there's a golf company. It's Matthews. I forget the name of it, but it's something Matthews. And I was like, oh, he's wearing that golf hat. And then I was like, Nick Nurse. I'm like,
how about Nike? We'll send you 4. Like, are you for real, dude? This guy's
Well, I'm
a head coach in the NBA.
I'm sure he could say,
Here's 4 hats.
send me 12 dozen.
it's
and
like
they would
calling
send-
up a famous person, calling up an Italian restaurant. I love your meatballs. We'll send you half of one.
Yeah.
What's your address?
I'm pretty
4
sure.
hats.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe that's what they're
No, it's not 4 hats. He got 4,000.
trying to attain. If you can't get at it, what people are talking about.
Well,
that's what it is.
I think what is important here, he's probably telling everybody. He's probably handed out 400 of these, but everyone he talks to, he goes, there's only ever been 4 made.
I think-
so then you feel better about the hat
Not
that you just
believing it.
received.
Not true.
I'm telling you, I believe there's only 4, and I believe Max got one of them, and 3 of them are floating around. Nick Nurse's brother has one, and Nick's got 2.
Well, if he's not going to play the guitar in studio with us, he better send up 3. Because he's got to make it up to us at some point.
I
We
told
had a
you
binding agreement.
I told you that. I think he was sitting there going, we are so far away from the finals right now. I'm not even thinking about, I will come in and I'll paint your garage. I'll do all of this. And then he started realizing, hey, my team's going to win this thing.
How about Guitar Guy, the night they drove Old Dixie down by the band? Like, that is not, that doesn't scream, get everyone fired up with karaoke.
Yeah, but
No, John Mayer, your body is a wonderland. People start gearing down immediately in front of the fire.
Max is a singer. He can nail anything. You got a voice and just a little background
Balls,
with the
play
guitar.
your body is a wonderland.
No, we're not
Just you
playing.
got to
Mr.
listen. You got to hear
When
that.
he
I've heard
said-
it.
when he-
Everyone's heard it. We know it.
When he said Mr. Jones,
That's a great track.
That is.
That's
As soon
a
as you
great
hear
Counting Crows are
bubblegum lips,
That's a great
it's
track.
just